And I think that's a good example of the fact that, and I even use it here, traditional knowledge and, or ancient knowledge or so forth. That's certainly one way. I mean, the easiest ways are simply take a look at the bibliography, and in any given course. And if you find, see who's on that list. First of all, it's going to be mostly boys. Secondly, it's going to be mostly Europeans in almost any course that you can find. And even in a course, even in like a Marxist or a critical theory course, you're not going to find, you're very seldom going to find, African scholars there, or even Afro-British scholars or African-American scholars. So whatever is the content is of those courses is so colonized that we don't even think. We think because we've got a good critical discussion going on, so we don't even think. The other thing is that, when you're, like you're saying about what do we call knowledge, but if you go through a whole course and you feel no connection to the discourses week after week after week, you're experiencing, a coloniality. You're experiencing an exclusion. Your experience, the history of your experiences, however recent, however long, is being excluded. And now our experience is more, with indigenous, knowledge. So, what you have in Canada is, young people who, if they're able to get into university, they walk into, these courses, and they never hear one single thing that relates to them. Nothing. Not only do they feel like, what's going on, they feel ignorant, they feel lonely, they feel kind of left out. And so there's the difficulty, and this is the difficulty with this university stuff, is that to some degree, there is no University of Sussex. I hate to tell you that. But there's also no University of Victoria. Because, any of you could drop in on courses at my university and you'd see the same old thing. And we could drop into, where's the Vienna crowd over here? We could drop into your university, maybe they're translated, or maybe there's a few more in German or so forth. But basically, you're going to see the same kind of thing. And so when you try to change, let's say the University of Sussex says, wow, we're going back to our historic mission as everybody else is doing it the other way. We're going to, bring up the side now and do it. Before long, the ranking systems would start to have an effect, and Sussex would get downgraded. Why? Not because anybody's doing anything wrong here. In fact, just the opposite. Just the opposite. You start doing stuff that that's all about transformation and not about market connectivity and that kind of stuff. You're not going to be part of the club, and so it's very difficult. That's why if we're going to change, if we're going to be able to change, the climate, the content, the way that we do research in higher education institutions, it has to be, I was talking last time with Kofi, it has to be part of a larger movement. It has to be part of a larger, because it cannot be done. It cannot be done just, by us, just because we're clever people.